Thanks. I hope I'm able to deliver on the implied promise here. Look, I was moving in with my fiance, and I live in New York City, in case you're wondering. So I was moving in with my fiance, and she was making a real strong case for living in Jersey City. And I was like, yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I was like, nope. And so these four people are going to be into this. No, because she's making a strong case for Jersey City, talking about we get so much more space for the money over there. We can have central AC and a dishwasher. And as an accountant, I can tell you, we're going to save like $10,000 a year on state and local taxes. And I was like, well, that's super, honey. But listen, I didn't spend all that time as a teenager in my bedroom in Virginia sniffling and listening to Joy Division to be like, one day I'm going to move to the city adjacent to the city of my dreams for tax reasons. So I'm going to have to insist on Brooklyn, right? And she was like, okay, but listen, let's compromise. You know, we're going to be married, and marriage is about compromise. So let's just find an affordable place in Brooklyn with a dishwasher and central air conditioning. That is a laugh line, yes. As this happened years ago, it just gets sadder and funnier every year. Yeah, exactly, right? There's no regular apartments left in New York City. We know this, right? Yeah, you can have your central AC and your dishwasher, and it's in a glass and steel mega condo that's like, 100 stories tall. Everybody gets a robot butler. It's $1 million a month, and all your neighbors look like Patrick Bateman with a man bun, okay? That option is available to you. Or somebody has stapled a Star Wars bedsheet to the side of a bridge. And that's also $1 million a month because it's near the train. So also, no, and she was hitting this central AC thing hard. She was like, I'm from Florida. I've been through some gross summers. You can tell the difference. Window units aren't going to cut it. And I was just like, all right. Like in the back of my mind, I was like, how many mattresses do we need to throw on this pee before you can't feel it? But, okay. And so we saw so many horrible apartments. It was a real estate death march, I will tell you. We saw this one place, and I was just like, well, it's above the porn store. What time does the store close? And then one day, I saw the ad, and the place had the central AC, it had the dishwasher, and it even had a patio out the back. Yeah, exactly. I was like, hell yeah, get the checkbook. I feel like writing an $8,000 check this afternoon. Let's do it. Well, we got there, and the patio was the size of like 1/4 of this stage. It was like 2 skateboard decks. And the place had a busted front window, and there was a dead cat on the patio when we looked at the apartment. And I know the cat was dead because we were looking at it, and my fiance said, oh, look at the kitty sleeping in the sun. And I was like, no, it's 95 degrees. They don't sleep in the sun at this temperature. He goes, yeah, they do. They do in Florida. And I was about sick of Florida at that point. But right then, as if to solve the argument, a fly went and jumped out of its eye hole. Yeah. And we all saw it, right? Me and her and definitely the broker all saw it. And we're all like jammed on the patio like this, and I just snapped a little bit. I was like, hey, dude, is this how you clean up for company? Like, is this what showing an apartment means to you, right? This weekend, was your landlord like, I am hemorrhaging money on this place. We got to get a renter in here. I'm going to need you to get most of these dead cats out of here. Right? As many as will fit into one garbage bag, let's not blow the budget. Also troubling was that the back fence had razor wire on it, on half of it, and then it was all falling down into the yard. And you're either a needs razor wire or does not need razor wire household. You can't split the difference on that. And, oh God, it was awful. So we went out to the subway, And my fiance was like, you know what, I just got to go home and get ready for the week. Let's not discuss this till tomorrow. And I was like, we could wait till like Thursday. She goes, no, tomorrow. And just go do something fun and just try to take your mind off it. Enjoy yourself. I was like, all right. So I'm wandering around Union Square, and I got to go to the bathroom so bad. I'm looking for a place to pee. And I mean, the great thing about New York City is that it smells like piss, right? But what that means is that sometimes it's your turn, And so I'm trying to find a spot, and I went down this street by Union Square, and there's all these huge, like, ancient townhouses, 200-year-old townhouses. Yeah, they were in the fossil record. But and I was just looking at them like, what kind of a person lives in one of these? These are amazing. Were these ever shitty New York apartments? Was Ben Franklin like, I don't know, it's near work, I guess I'll take it, or what? And what kind of a person lives in one of these? And I looked across the street, and I'll tell you what kind of person lived in one of them. Ryan Gosling. Yeah. Ryan Gosling is sitting on his front porch on a Sunday afternoon, dreamy as you want to be, just reading Camus, right? The Stranger. I said the Camus. I haven't read the whole book. He's reading. The Cliff's Notes were fascinating, but he's reading The Stranger by Albert Camus. There's not even any cameras around. I mean, he just lives his life like this, And do you guys not understand? Why are you not excited with me? He's wearing a V-neck t-shirt that is simultaneously flowing and form-fitting. How does he do it? So I'm taking it in, And I mean, look, on the Kinsey scale, I am deep into the straight side, but I also don't have a driver's license, and I will fog up the window at a Ferrari dealership. So I recognize quality, and I like to spend time with it, And so I'm standing there, taking it in, and then these two girls come walking by, and they had that voice that you all imagined when I said they had that voice. But don't worry, I will be imitating it. And one of them like stops. She goes, "Oh my God, are you Ryan Gosling?" And he's like, "No, sorry. I get that a lot. That's very flattering, but not him. So if you could just." Keep it moving, and the other one is like, are you sure? Are you sure you're not Ryan Gosling just like a little bit right now? What the fuck? Can we take a selfie with you just in case it turns out you're Ryan Gosling later? And he was like, pfft. And you know how like in New York City, sometimes you're like, why is that man in the middle of the road screaming, and how did his head get that purple? I drew the straw. Like it was me that day. I needed to scream at somebody for months, and finally deserving and equally unprepared targets. And so I was just like across the street, and I was like, I would think if you're such a fan of Ryan Gosling, you'd recognize him if he was in front of your stupid face. Now, why don't y'all leave this exceptionally handsome, normal dude alone and go on about your business? And I was like, get out, get! And they're leaving, and Ryan Gosling leans over and goes, thank you. Like that. And then he got up and went inside because there is a crazy person yelling in his front yard, and that's fine, fair enough, and I called my fiance up, I told her the whole story, and she was like, wow, that's crazy, back and forth we're talking, and I looked up and I saw something, and I was just like, oh my God. She goes, what is it? I was like, I just saw. She goes, what did you see? I was like, Ryan fucking Gosling's got window units, okay? I think we're gonna make it, And she was not deterred. She was like, well, he flies all over this world making movies all the time. He gets an air-conditioned trailer whenever he wants. He can go to the Soho House or whatever he does, and we're just gonna be stuck being regular in New York in the summer, and I'm not into it. I should have known, man, that if like a lifestyle that's suitable for a dream machine like Ryan Gosling isn't going to be good enough for just a young couple starting out in this world, you're going to hit some bumps, And I frequently refer to my subsequent divorce as a surprise divorce. But really, it was in front of my face the whole time. Thank you so much.
Jeff Simmermon.